Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Letip Live. And we've been doing a little something interesting, a little something different. We have what we call visitations, where we visit each other and learn more about our business. Today, we have Brian, who's going to be interviewing Steve Wulin, one of our favorite members.
Yes, indeed.
So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Brian and take it over, Brian. There you
Awesome.
go.
Okay, well, thanks, Doug, for the introduction. Yes, my name is Brian Hanslin. I am the video production specialist here of the Letip of Hackensack Group. And today we have a very special guest who will be visiting us today in the studio virtually, Steve Wulin. So, Steve,
Yes.
welcome to the stream.
Well, thanks. I tell you, it's awesome the way you guys got this set up. You really make it pop. All the things you've done for Letip.
Yeah, we're all about making you look good. So whatever we can do, welcome. It's great to have you here. You are my second official visitation of my time here in Letip. So still getting used to this whole thing, but I guess I couldn't have asked for a better, more experienced Letip member for a visitation. So tell me a little bit about your time here in Letip.
Well, I've been with Letip about 19 years.
Yeah,
and I've seen it change a lot. Seen a lot of good people come, and it's a great way to promote your business. If you have a business or a profession, and you want to grow, this is the best way to do it. It's the best way to do it. I mean, we got about 60 members, and everybody is there to try to support everybody else, and by word of mouth, which is, how else are you going to get customers? People don't have yellow pages anymore.
Not anymore, no.
So it's as you know, and again, you guys do an awesome job of
thank you,
of spreading the word and putting us on the air. It's
Yeah, of course. And I mean, this is being broadcasted live right now to the Letip of Hackensack Facebook page as well as the YouTube. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, this is an interactive podcast. So those who are watching, please comment something in the comment section below, and we'll be able to answer it live on stream. I hope Doug is proud of me.
I'm so proud of you right now.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. Take it away, Brian. Look at you.
I've been around the block. This is not my first time watching a podcast. This is actually one of the few times I've been on camera, but I've seen how you do things around here, Doug. So I'm picking up slowly but surely. I'm learning.
I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you, Steve. We really appreciate it. So what's business been like for you lately? How are things going on? Actually, I mean, I guess we should, introduce what it is you do, and maybe give us a little background on how you got into it.
Yeah. I'm an agent with Prudential Insurance, and I like to say, I don't like to say it, but I've been an agent with Prudential since before you were born. I started in 1972.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if I had it to do all over again, I'd probably want to do something like you guys do, but it didn't exist then. So, I met a lot of good people, a lot of my customers, clients. We've become really good friends, and I've seen people grow over the years. Graduate college, get married, have kids, get divorced, get remarried, retire.
Yeah.
And so you can follow the whole scenario and what the need is for life insurance and how it varies depending on everybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of in a nutshell.
I mean, you've been there for so long that I'm sure you are such a tight group over there. Is anybody with Prudential been there pretty much as long as you have, or are you one of the more senior?
Yeah, we got. There's a couple of people. One guy started, I think, around 1960. The guy's in his 80s.
Wow, that's crazy.
We got another guy. And it's been apparently he was the very first African American agent in Prudential's history.
Wow,
so,
that's
and
incredible.
I'm not sure when he started, late 50s or something like that.
Right.
But he's still around, and I said, wow, what was life like back then?
Yeah,
I mean,
can't even imagine.
It just so we've changed a lot. Everything has changed a lot.
Yeah.
The technology is, as you
Right.
know, has changed a tremendous amount.
Uh-huh.
The way we do business, you can't get
Yeah.
customers by calling them on the phone. You get hung up on it. You sound like a robocaller, and you can't do that anyhow.
Right.
So again, that's why word of mouth and referrals is the best way to
Sure.
do it. And an organization like Letip Hackensack, that's the best way to do that type of thing. But to answer your question, yeah, there are a couple of old fossils like me who have been around a while. And people say,
That's great.
"Are you going to retire?" It's not like working a night shift on a rivet factory. I'm talking to people
Right.
I know. It's pleasant. So
Yeah, that's good.
it keeps your brain going.
Right.
Really does.
That's
It
important.
really does. I mean,
So, keep going if you got more to say.
no, I was just gonna say. I mean, I'm looking at you guys who are real young guys, and I don't know if you think
Yeah.
it's so far ahead. Like, gee, am I going to retire someday? But what most likely will happen, you're not going to want to. I mean, you're
Right.
an awesome business, people
Yeah.
business, and
Right.
fun,
Right. You love
exciting.
what you do. You never work a day in your life.
That's right, man. And I know you guys love what you do, and you do an excellent job of it.
Thank you.
So
I really appreciate
you're
it. So,
bound
I
to
mean,
be successful.
going off of, I guess, technology, how has, I mean, you've seen the insurance business from the 70s to the
Yeah.
2020s. So how has technology impacted the insurance industry, and how has it changed potentially for the better or for the worse?
Well, I think it's all changed for the better.
Okay.
I mean, a company like my company, they've been getting into technology quite a while before COVID-19 and doing things remotely. So that really fits right in, and people are used to doing that. I mean, applications for any kind of insurance, you used to have to meet in person, witness a
Yeah.
signature. Now everything is e-docs, electronic applications. And I think the world is ready for that. And I'm sure if and when COVID is over, we're still going to be doing things remotely, as will
Yeah.
many, many businesses, because it's just so much more efficient than having to schlep out in your car and go through traffic and meet with somebody, particularly meet with them in their home, and they don't really want to have somebody
Yeah.
sitting in their home.
No.
Yeah. So even so you do it, if you do like a Skype or Zoom meeting, nobody can tell right now that I'm wearing a very old pair of jeans. I put the
Well, I'm
tie
sure
on.
we're all happy about that. I'll tell
I
you.
mean, at
I've
least
been-
you're wearing pants.
Yeah, I've been on many a Skype call with a button down and sweatpants on, and no one
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell a difference. So
Yeah. And
it is beneficial in that regard.
I tell you, for you guys, it's the first time in about over a year I put a necktie on.
Oh, there we go. I feel honored.
Absolutely.
Well, I was afraid I was going to forget how to tie it, And
Yeah,
that's a strange
it's like
thing
riding a
because-
bike.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of Zoom meetings, you're talking to nobody's wearing a tie anymore. I think that'll be
Right.
outdated. That'll be
Yeah, a lot of traditional business practices I feel like are shifting every day. It feels like there's
Yeah.
always something new going on.
And
So you're operating mainly from home, or are you able to go to the office?
yeah, well, look, I can go to the office, but there's virtually nothing I can't do at home. I mean, if you
Right.
call my office number, it goes right to the cell.
Sure.
As long as I have internet, computer, router, and printer, I can do
You're good to
virtually
go.
anything.
Yeah.
Even now policies, which I felt a little awkward about, if policy gets issued, they'll deliver an e-policy.
Right.
We can still print one and send it, but people prefer that. Nobody wants to have
Yeah.
a file cabinet at home with all kind of papers and stuff. And
Right.
people are very, very comfortable
That's good.
storing
That's a good
things on a
thing.
computer.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
it as you know, takes some doing keeping up with it, because
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning, stuff is different.
Mhm.
There's another application you got to learn, and
Yeah.
other ways of doing things. But that's the world we live in. And it's a good world.
Yeah, it is. It can be for sure. Has COVID affected the insurance industry? Was it a slow year? Was it a fast year? Was it pretty much the same?
When COVID started, it probably was a little faster. I think as far as life insurance,
Yeah.
people started thinking about it more.
Right.
Not so much anymore. I mean, we're still very busy. People often say, "Gee, are the rates going to go up because of people dying from COVID?" And the answer is, nah. It's just rates are pretty much the same.
That's good.
But it has not profoundly affected business.
I guess that's a good thing. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, were so drastically impacted by this pandemic negatively.
Well, yeah,
So,
I mean,
if you
feel
could
bad,
manage to escape this all with a bruise or two and nothing else, I guess that's a
yeah.
good thing.
And there's so many other good people that were in businesses which really took a hit.
Mhm.
You know, the
Yeah.
restaurants and
Oh yeah.
wow, I mean, hard working people, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
You really feel bad for some of them. And other
It's
businesses have done super well too.
right.
You know, house renovations, those
Mhm.
businesses are booming. So it's
Yeah, the real estate industry is booming too.
booming too. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
had a client of mine started a dental practice maybe a year
Okay.
or two before COVID, and it had to close it down. You know, and
Yeah.
it was a real shame after putting in all that effort and money
Right.
and resources to basically go belly up. And that
Yeah, it's a
was,
shame.
you know, no fault of the person that started that business. So
Right.
we're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky,
Yeah, we are.
and I'm lucky.
We are.
You
We
know,
really are.
yeah, yeah. And hope Letip has been good for you guys too.
Oh, I mean, it's been awesome. I mean, I'm fresh out of college still, pretty much. I
Yeah,
graduated last year.
I know.
So I was able to get experience, in the classroom, but as far as real life experience, in the field, I really didn't have any. So when I came here and started working with Doug, it was
Yeah.
awesome to see the behind the scenes, business end
Oh, yeah.
of operating a media studio. And now that I'm connecting with everybody here of Letip with 50 different industries that everybody's a part of, it's really eye opening, and it's cool to see the insight of a business owner's perspective of industries that I really don't know anything about. So I'm always learning something new, and it's just really been it's a very great learning experience, really.
Well, you know, you're really doing it. You're doing a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine if you went back to some of the people you went to college with, and you told them what they were doing, I mean, they would kill to do what you're doing. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
the real
definitely
deal.
in a good
It's the
spot.
real deal. It's the real
Yeah.
deal. And my only word of advice is hang on to it with both hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you work hard and you take it seriously because you love it. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, man, that's like you said, if you're doing what you love to do, you never work a day in your life.
That's right.
And
Yeah, and it's great because our business is to help businesses grow. So like the fact that we're in a group where we help each other grow, it's just it's great because that's what we love to do anyway. So now we have a team of people that we're working together with, like a family that we're trying to grow together.
yeah, and you talk about the way things have changed. I mean, when I started in the business, the state of the art to get business was send out direct mail and call a lot of people out of the phone book. I mean, that's
People aren't answering their phones anymore.
No
People,
way. So,
especially with all the spam calls and everything you're getting, people are just like, all right, it's just another telemarketer or another robot calling me. I'm not going to answer.
No, you gotta do what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And this industry is constantly changing. And we're going to be putting a post out later. Rachel's here today as well. And we just made a nice post from another podcast where we talk about how all the industry is changing and how marketing changes. So yeah, like back in the day, Yellow Pages was a great idea. Not so much anymore. MySpace was a thing,
Yellow Pages,
but not anymore. Yeah, exactly. MySpace was a thing. MySpace doesn't exist anymore. Now people are on Facebook. People said that the kids are on Instagram 5 years ago. Now everyone's on Instagram, and they're saying the kids are on TikTok. Well, guess what? In 2 years, everyone's going to be on TikTok. So this stuff's constantly changing, and we're trying to find, cost-effective ways to get your brand out there. And we want to build brand where people want to come and do business with you, searching you out in various ways. If you type in plumber into Google, people are looking for the cheapest, quickest option. That's their mindset when they're typing into Google.
Yeah.
But if we're building brand and we're the celebrity plumber and we're putting out tips and tricks on what to do if you clog your toilet, when there actually is an issue, they're going to come and contact you, and they're going to pay top dollar to work with you because you've been providing them with so much value. So we're trying to build brand and make, quote unquote, make people feel guilty not using your services.
Yeah.
Long story
yeah.
short, we're trying to make people feel guilty not using, providing so much value that if they were to use anyone else, they would feel guilty because they're like, this person gave me so much
Right.
value.
That's
Exactly.
what you
Yeah.
want. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
A little guilt
But,
trip never hurt nobody.
Yeah. So that's what we're up to. But
And,
Steve,
you know,
I want you. Go ahead.
no, the things that you do to a guy like me and most people probably, it's a mystery. How you get people up there. So you'll always be in business. You guys will always be in business as long as you don't
I hope so.
Yeah, you will.
No, we got no secrets. We always tell people the secret sauce. Like, for example, if we were we're doing stuff for you to, like, if you were coming to the studio, what would we do? We would, set you up on a podcast like we're kind of doing right now. And we would try to provide value in insurance to people. So like one of our next questions is like, any tips or tricks or things to look out for in the insurance world. Like if someone, just got a job and now they're looking towards their future and maybe they're thinking about getting some life insurance.
Yeah.
Like what would be the first step or first thing to think about?
Okay. Well, there was a phrase that you used one time, Doug, which is something to avoid, which is a commission breath. Okay.
Oh, well, yes, that's one of my favorites.
You
Yes.
got to avoid. You got to get, and I've gotten it out of my head over decades, that you got to get out of your head the idea that I'm going to make a sale, I'm going to make a lot of money. Because the only sale that counts is the one that's right for the client.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was on the phone today with a person, and I'm quoting him, expensive, cheap. We wound up deciding on going to a company other than Prudential, which in his case had a less expensive product. So the bottom line, just like what you guys do, you got to do what's best for the client if you're going to have a long-term relationship.
Absolutely. And, I
mean, I say the business that pays is the business that stays.
Right.
As far as keeping the business and getting referrals. So the main thing, like if somebody was going to start out my business, you have to know your product. You have to know your product better than your competitor knows their product. You have to know the competitor's product better than they know it. But you have to know the client. You have to understand where they're coming from. You got to know what's important to them. Do they got kids? They want to make sure there's enough life insurance. Hey, if they die, the kids have money to go to college. What are their needs? And then the final question, which the client has to answer, is what can he or she comfortably afford in the budget?
Sure.
Because the best, it's just like buying a good car.
Mm-hmm.
The very best car in the world might be not the best for a particular person because it's just too expensive. So it's the same thing with insurance. Yeah. If it's too painful to pay those premiums, then it's not the best policy. So when I talk to somebody, that is my goal. Let's find out, what are your needs? What do you feel you need? Here's several options and here's the different premiums. Think about what can you comfortably afford?
Yeah.
You can't oversell. You don't want to oversell. That's a big mistake.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's a great analogy. If you're a family of 5, let's say, and you're buying a car, you can get a Lamborghini, the most expensive car, but you probably need an SUV for what your purpose is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, commission breath is a terrible thing. A lot of people are just trying to make the sale. Yeah. But in the long run, it's not. It's going to catch up to you, and it won't last very long. You need to, provide value and help people as everything comes back around. Good stuff.
That's the easy way to do it, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Everybody can
Good
sleep.
stuff. What else you got, Brian? I don't want to hijack your interview here, Brian. What else you got?
I don't know. I think it's going pretty well. I don't know if I necessarily have anything more to say. If you have anything you want to add, Doug or Steve.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Chime in. Feel free.
Probably if we go any further, anybody who sees this, they're going to be going to sleep. So we don't want to put it.
Yeah. well, let's entertain a little bit. So Steve, we got into the business side of things. Yeah. So if you're looking for insurance, you definitely want to talk to Steve, but let's learn a little bit more about you. Yeah. So like, what's your favorite type of music?
Oh, geez. Pink. Did you ever hear of a group called Pink Floyd?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
I think
I've heard a few of their songs.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm very sarcastic. Of course. I was hoping you would have picked it up.
I picked it up a little bit, but you don't know. You don't know. You probably weren't born when Pink Floyd was
I
rocking
out.
Brian, if you heard Pink Floyd, you'd have to change the station. Yeah, that's not me, you know.
No, I enjoy Pink Floyd. My dad actually, he pretty much raised me all on classic rock. He was a big guy. AC/DC, he loved. He loved the Ramones, Pink Floyd, Zeppelin. So I mean, I'm familiar with a lot of those bands.
You know what? You know why old guys like me and your dad like that old music? It has nothing
Brings
to do
them
with
back.
the quality of the music. You remember what you were doing when you first heard it, and
that's for sure.
It's a time machine. And if you didn't hear that music years ago, you know, it's just like the stuff people listen to today. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, if I try to show my dad songs that I was listening to when I was 15, he'd be like, "What is this garbage?" Why? But I definitely understand. The music is a wonderful thing. It really is. It's a portal to the past. It's
very true, and that reminds me, Brian is big into music. Brian actually makes music.
I do.
And you know that's.
Huh?
Do you play an instrument?
I used to play the saxophone when I was in middle school. I tried to pick up the guitar a little bit, but I struggled a little bit with that. But a lot of the music I make is on my computer. But I do enjoy you know, messing around with instruments. Like I have a piano in my basement that I'll, you know, tinker around with. So I do want to like master an instrument. That is a goal of mine. Before my time is up here, I do want to be able to master. Hopefully the guitar. I think the guitar is something that I want.
Although they say one of the best is the keyboard, because the whole thing is there. If you know a keyboard,
you know music. Yeah,
you know,
right.
And that's why I always thought of people that played, you know, a trumpet or a saxophone. It's to me that looks difficult because it's not analog. In other words, creating that with your lips.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts.
I don't even know how you would read music and play that. You know?
Oh, I don't know. So do you play any instruments?
All right. Here's a confession. Nobody else knows this.
Oh boy. Top secret information.
Top secret, because in 2007, I bought a violin.
Wow.
Yeah, and I started to learn it myself, and it sounds horrible. It's just terrible. But I found it entertained myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat died when I heard it, but you know, but it was just kind of a fun thing. And
you're not playing anymore?
No, I just once in a while I'll pick it up and I say, man, it sounds awful, but it's fun. Nobody else is around.
Yeah. Right.
I bet there's two things that happened during COVID. People got pets, and I bet you people got instruments.
New hobbies. A lot of new hobbies.
Pets and instruments during COVID.
Yeah. And also, as far as pastime, you probably know I'm a runner. I've done some running, did some marathons, which are kind of neat.
It's incredible. I used to run cross country in high school, and a 5K was enough for me. You know, I can't even imagine a marathon.
Yeah.
That's a whole different beast.
Yeah, it is. But it's interesting. I don't want to take more of your time, any more than you got, but
no,
it's
when
all
good.
When you run and you run for a while, your body releases chemicals like endorphins to make you feel good.
You get that runner's high.
There's other stuff it releases too, endocannabinoids, which gives you a feeling of well-being. And I think maybe that's probably the attraction for a long distance runner. You don't realize.
Yeah.
It's not like you get high, but you feel
right. You feel accomplished and good about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
That's great.
Nice. How about a favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a tough
We'll
question.
do
That's a loaded question.
All right, it could be like you can give me a couple.
Oh,
I'm the same way. If you said favorite movie, I'd probably give you 5.
I don't think I could solo one out.
Comedy. There's a couple of comedy movies that I find are great. There's a Steve Martin and Michael Caine, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Okay.
Which I think about it, I laugh. There's a movie maybe 20 years ago, Murder by Death was funny. Rat Race was funny. And these are comedy movies, which kind of blameless.
Nothing wrong with everybody needs a good laugh, you know.
But you know what? If you want a comedy movie and you want to learn about life insurance, a movie came out many years ago with Chris Farley.
Okay.
Tommy Boy.
Oh,
wacky movie.
Yeah.
Look, listen, the premise is that Tommy Boy's father runs his business, and he dies of a massive heart attack. And the whole rest of the
Yeah.
movie, Chris Farley, his character, is trying to get the business to continue. So it's kind of a lesson from life insurance, why a business needs some kind of a buy-sell insurance or key man insurance.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you don't care about that, it's funny.
Yeah. Chris Farley is great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Here's it. I'm sorry he's gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yep. How about TV show? Any TV shows you're watching lately?
Truthfully, I don't watch that much TV, man.
Same.
To
Probably
devote,
for the better.
Yeah, to devote an hour or 2 hours of my life every night to watch TV, I'd rather read a book.
Favorite
I
book?
told you I wrote a book.
Yeah, I heard.
Nice.
About running.
Awesome.
Nice.
What's the name of the book?
Feet Designed to Run Marathons.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
You know, it is if you have a passion for something. I just had to do it. I had to get it out. Just for myself more than anything else.
Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, that's great.
Nice. Got anything else, Brian?
I got nothing.
I'm not trying to hide.
No,
All right. Favorite food, Steve.
Oh, if it's things like that, yeah, I guess. Favorite
yeah,
food,
we're trying to learn more about Steve.
Okay.
Favorite food. Look,
Yeah, what
it's
you got?
It's another confession. I eat the same thing every bloody day. I mean, anybody else would kill themselves before they would. I mean, every morning, oatmeal.
Gotcha.
So you eat to live, not live to eat. Some people are like, live to eat. They go to all restaurants and they try all the plate. They're big foodie, quote unquote foodie. So you're just eating to live. You don't live to eat. I'm the same way. I just eat to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Sonny
Brian, what else? Rapid fire.
I don't know.
Brian's choking under pressure. Favorite color, Steve? What's your favorite color?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. I don't know, but I would say blue.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm a blue guy too. That's why I make Brian put blue always behind me whenever we do our podcast. I always want blue behind me. I like blue. Yeah.
I like blue.
Good stuff. Questions, comments, concerns, anybody? Good stuff.
No.
Well, Steve, thank you for joining us.
So much,
we got
Steve,
to learn a little bit
on
about
such short
you.
notice. We really appreciate it.
It was great. You gave me enough time to put my contact lenses in and throw a tie on. Like I said, I didn't have to change my jeans. So thanks a lot. You guys are great.
Of course.
Thank you.
Here,
Steve, before you go,
yes, sir.
Is there a best way to get in contact with you? Would you like us to put up your phone number or an email, or what's the best way to get in contact with you?
Sure. Well, phone number, office 201-632-2243.
Okay.
And my email address, the one I check invariably, is steve.wulin@prudential.com. And the third way is to go onto the Letip website and look up all these great podcasts you guys put together.
Of course.
A lot of good stuff.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steve. We really
You guys are
appreciate
great.
it.
Yeah, you made me feel at ease. Thank you.
Great. It's good to hear.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, once again, guys, thank you, Steve. And make sure if you want to get in contact with Steve, there's his email, steve.wulin@prudential.com. And if you want to give him a ring, there's his phone number again one more time. Steve, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking time to hang out with us. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. See you in the AM, guys. Take care, man.
All right,
see you in
take
the
it easy,
AM.
Steve.
Nice job, Brian.
Thank you.
You started off very strong. You started off super strong. When you
when it
impressed
comes
me
down-
when you said this is interactive and you put a comment in the comment section, I was like, wow.
I've only heard it about a million times. So
yeah.
it's burned into the brain at this point.
Cool. Anything you'd like to add?
This was a good experience, first time, I guess. I mean, when I met with I can't even remember who I met with my first visitation. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. But I mean, it was more conversational, but this was also, pretty laid back, easygoing, and more of an interview-esque style. I mean, it was
and like that's kind of the goal. So for you guys tuning in, we do these things called visitations where you're designated person you're supposed to go meet with and learn about their business.
Yeah.
And we've decided here at Undefeated Media to turn our visitations into showcases. So we're asking the similar questions, but why not do it live?
Mhm.
And now, like, Steve can share this video with potential clients, and they get to learn
Yeah.
about him, and more ways that we can all help each other grow and then get the word out there.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Questions, comments, concerns?
No. If you when the visitation lists come out for next month, if you see that you are supposed to visit me or I'm supposed to visit you, we will get in contact, and hopefully, if you'd like to join us in person here at the studio in Wyckoff, New
Absolutely.
Jersey, Undefeated Media, we would love to host you.
The door's
And
always
The
open.
door's always open. And also, if you would like to join virtually, just like you saw Steve do, that is also an option. So we're flexible. Whatever you need, we can cater to.
Yes, and we had the Back to the USA networking event. A lot of Letip members have signed up, and they're going to be showcasing their business. So if you guys are interested in the Back to the USA networking event, it's July 21st. If you have any questions, you could message me on Instagram or Facebook. You can find me at Doug Friedman and at Undefeated Media. Either one of those work pretty much everywhere. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Nice job, Brian.
Thank you.
Let's put some music on for the people.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Letip Live.